What's up, everybody? Well, today I'm here to show you another vacuum that's in my vacuum collection. This time, it is another Hoover. What I have for your viewing pleasure today is a Hoover Windtunnel Deluxe. This is one of the earlier versions of the Windtunnel Deluxe, and honestly one that I've been looking after for a while. This is pretty much one of the first versions of the Windtunnel Deluxe. And the thing I love about it is the top hood design on the cleaner head is very similar to that of the bagless Windtunnel twin chamber. I've always liked it how you have that hood design on a bagged upright when the original Windtunnel Supreme had a different top hood design, but still the same vacuum regardless. Plus, I also like this nice dark maroon color that the Deluxes commonly came in. There were a couple other colors for sure. The other one was that kind of like turquoise, almost teal blue color that was exclusive to Sears, which that one I really wanted, but for now this is the closest I can settle to. And I actually bought this Facebook Marketplace for only 25 bucks, and it was in most part very good condition. The thing I love about it is that it came literally with all of its original stuff, including the extra attachments, which I'm going to go ahead and show you that right now. They came in this little Hoover bag. You have right here your extra extension wand, a couple of extra belts, the bare floor tool, and even an extra hose that can attach. You do have some pre-motor filters, the original owner's receipts, and the owner's manual. So yeah, quite a lot of stuff this thing came with, which really put me at ease when I bought this. So you know this thing was taken care of. I'll again leave those out for the later part of the video. But for now, let's get back to the elephant in the room. And let's go ahead and give a walkthrough of it. So, this has your traditional handle style power switch, which is an old slider switch design that was a carryover from the Hoover Elite that used the same switch design, that actually runs down into where our main rocker switch is down here in the vacuum, which I've always liked this, which it definitely prevents the owner from getting electrocuted should the power switch decide to go out and start sparking, which I would definitely recommend still fixing that if you can find it happening. But this, with the slider switch design, will prevent the owner from getting shocked, which is definitely one nice thing I like. Hoover I think they always called this the safety switch because of that reason. So down here you do have your upholstery tool, your crevice tool, and your dusting brush, which definitely needs help. But I'm probably going to look into a replacement because of that. Still like it that it still has its plastic cover. Usually some of these went missing over the years. So as we move along down here, we do have here your Deluxe lettering right there and your famous Windtunnel tornado on the front there. The Windtunnel technology by Hoover. And there is your bag check indicator. Now let's go ahead and open the bag door. Just press down on the top here and this will pop right off. Inside you do have your HEPA Media cloth bag. This is a Hoover Y bag. And as you can see, this thing has definitely been used quite a bit, which is why it doesn't really look the best in shape. But these Hoover HEPA Y bags filter so much better than even the paper bags do. Genuine, I should mention. So down here you do have your pre-motor filter, which definitely could do for some cleaning. And we'll go ahead and throw that back in, and a little cover right here. There we go. And right over here off to the side, you do have the post-motor filter that I threw in a new one just because this came with it. Down here you do have your embedded dirt finder. You can tell your carpet is clean when the light turns green. You do have your sensitivity functions right there. I always like to prefer to leave it on regular just because I honestly find this feature to be kind of a gimmick, but at least it does serve the general consumer's purpose, knowing that their vacuum is in fact working, which that is one thing to like about. But any honest, intelligent people who knows anything about working vacuums will probably know that there is really no real measurement the vacuum can make when it comes to picking up dirt. It either picks it up or it doesn't. But that's just my opinion. You guys can do what you want. So down here we do have your Hoover lettering on the front there. It's Mach 3.8. Another marketing technique by Hoover, which I'm so used to the cleaning effectiveness per amp rating that's rated at a certain number, which all this is just a marketing technique to make high-end models look prettier on the shelves and appeal to customers while also giving them a higher price tag. So you also do have your 5-position carpet height settings. I always leave it in the middle for the pile of this carpet. And right here is your Windtunnel technology right up here. This does have a 15-inch cleaning width. So now let's go ahead and tip this thing back to show you the underside. Here is the brush roll that's in it. This particular brush roll, I should mention, is not the original. I actually took this brush roll out of my blue Windtunnel Deluxe, which I will link the video to that vacuum in the description box of this video. So if you want to see it, go ahead and click on that. But this brush roll was actually from that. The original brush roll that came with this was actually a chevron style, but unfortunately the bristles were very worn down to the point it'll need to be replaced. So that'll come at a later date. So for now, I put the blue Deluxe's brush roll into this, and for now this worn brush roll went into that one. So eventually I will find a replacement brush roll for it. I'm thinking about leaning towards getting the green bristle brush roll that is a chevron style, that like they use in the canisters. If memory serves me correctly, I think they do bolt right up and work just as they should. Or if worse comes to worse, I could just buy a Cleveland wood roller. Even though those are definitely great brush rolls, there's just something about these genuine Hoover brush rolls that stick out to me. Maybe it's because of how overly stiff the bristles are. Maybe it's because of how simple they are to rebuild compared to the CWPs. But either way, I've always liked the performance of this genuine brush roll. It also could be the fact that this is a thin design that was originally designed to channel airflow more effectively than the Cleveland wood roller would. But other than that, still a pretty good brush roll for what it is. So anyway, right down here you do have your model number, which I will go ahead and show you that right now. It says Hoover cleaner model U5465-900, 120 volts, 60 hertz, says a 12 amp motor, and the bag type is Y. The belt part number is 38528-033, and the serial number for this is 0199, so which means this was manufactured in January of 1999. That's just how old these wind tunnels are. The oldest ones date back to 1997 when the model was new. And keep in mind, this is still when the Direct Air Hoover Elite was still out on the market. And Hoover just brought this into the market because they wanted to eventually go back to the clean air upright to basically get back into where the market was going at the time. But by the Hoover Company, and for household use only, for the Hoover Company, North Canton, Ohio, made in the USA. That is one thing I love about these old Hoovers, that they're US made. And this was definitely before the years when the Hoover wind tunnel production shifted into Mexico. So it's nice to know that the older models were US made. So now let's go ahead and tip this back up. And right back here you have your mounts for your 2 extension wands and the cord for the vacuum that unfortunately is in worse for wear shape, but for now it works. But eventually I am really going to need to find a replacement cord for this. Maybe just cut and splice a generic cord into this wouldn't hurt it. Maybe if I'm lucky, hopefully I could find a 50-foot one. But one unfortunate quality part from Hoover that unfortunately has dropped over the years is the quality of the cord. It's just so awful. It tears and frays real easily. And a lot of the Hoover Elite wind tunnels I've found always have torn up power cords. I do not know why that is, but it is what it is. So eventually this thing is going to need a power cord at some point in time, but that'll probably come at a later date. And now we will go ahead and plug this guy in. And now we will go ahead and turn this thing on and give you a demo of it running. And typical wind tunnel power switch is right at your fingertip. So here we go. This runs exceptionally smooth. Has so much airflow for a clean air based vacuum, and the agitation is so aggressive. This just performs amazing. And that's not even due to the Windtunnel technology, which everyone knows Windtunnel feature. It's just 3 suction channels to channel the airflow through the vacuum, which to me was nothing but a giant gimmick, because it, in reality, even though it does channel the airflow pretty good, in Hoover's mind it was to clean it up all in one pass, but just different suction channels leaves room for dust buildup to build up over time and eventually clog that part of the cleaner. But not a major deal. But now let's go ahead and get to the portion of this video where I would have mounted up the extra hose, but for whatever reason this adapter piece is on that for the life of me I just can't seem to get off. So I'm not going to be able to demonstrate the extra length in this video in a timely manner. It is on there pretty tight, but one of these days I will eventually get that thing free. But for now, let's just handle with the attachments that are currently on the vacuum. Just look at how much suction this thing has. How long of a reach you have. That's how much you can go with the existing hose. So yeah, you'll pretty much have all the tool suction in the world with this thing. So with that said, I hope you've enjoyed this video on the Hoover Windtunnel Deluxe. Be sure and stay tuned, and don't forget to like, rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.